Good morning, everyone. I hope you are doing well today. I'm Taffany, and this is Tika's Gardens, and I garden in Spring, Texas, Zone 9B. Spring, Texas is just north of Houston, and we are extremely hot and humid. And humid is the key word here because it is early in the morning and it is already very humid and sticky and uncomfortable, like what you think of when you're down in the Delta, that sticky, humid feeling. But guys, I was out last night pruning shrubs and doing a few things here and there. I did some transplanting of some Parsons junipers. I brought the two that are in the front garden around the circle beds, around our trees. I brought those back here to put in the bedroom garden back there. That extra Wendy's Wish salvia, I went ahead and put it in ground in the courtyard garden because it kept drying out so fast in the pot, and I decided it would just be better if it was in the ground. I didn't want to lose it. And like I said, I trimmed shrubs and things like that. So what I'm going to do today is kind of give you a tour of how the vegetable garden is doing, and just kind of a vegetable garden update, show you what's growing and everything. And I'm going to show you all the things I did yesterday evening, which I did not record because I like to just get out in the garden and work sometimes without it being having to be recorded. It's just a nice peaceful time for me. So that was what I did yesterday evening. It cooled off a little bit and was nice and comfortable. So I felt like, let me get out and just do a little bit of this and that. And I had no plan. I just came out and just chose some things to do. So anyway, let me show you what's going on in the bedroom garden. Let me show you the shrubs that I pruned, and then we will tour the vegetable garden and just see how the vegetables and everything are doing right now. All right, guys, so heading into the bedroom garden, as you can see, I cleaned the weeds up in this area and filled it to the top of the edging with garden soil. And I also planted these two Parsons junipers, which I pulled up from the front garden. And in the center, I believe I'm going to do red roses, continue the knockout roses, or another evergreen. Also back here in the bedroom garden, my perch came and it just sits inside of little slots there. And I added the little bird feeder that comes with it, the hummingbird feeder that is, now that I have the perch, another perch. And of course I've got the tray part of it filled with the hot bird seed, and I haven't had any squirrels. So thank goodness. But the birds are definitely eating it. And if you want to see birds visiting the feeder, you can go to the website, tikasgardens.com, and you can see the little nature cam page where I will be uploading some of the cute birds and things that come and feed. Hopefully I'll be able to get some video of the hummingbirds next. The other thing that was taken care of is I trimmed up the hedges. And I just noticed that I left, as you can see, a branch here. So let's move that out of the way. But I trimmed up the hedges. This one was thinner than the others, and it had a lot of branches going outward like this, but not much in the center. So my hope is that we can kind of get this inner part filled in here. But I've got it trimmed up. This one is filled out pretty good, and that's trimmed up. And this one is also trimmed up. So you can see that. And the Italian cypress, I haven't worked on the stakes yet. That is a goal of mine before this week is out for the upper part. So we'll get there. So we've got that ready for planting over here and this ready for planting. I need to get some more fresh soil to top the inner part. But yeah, the outer part's ready for planting. And the grasses, the liriope grasses that were in here, I just have them sitting over here for right now. And I've thought about dividing them up and using them as the plants for the outer part. So it will be that or adding color, one or the other. And also, I trimmed up the sunshine ligustrums here in the back. So I got them rounded off, as you can see. It's not so wild anymore. I even rounded off the smaller ones. And they've got a lot of new little leaves on them, so they'll fill in soon. And I rounded off this one. And when you come into the courtyard garden and you take a look at it from the other side, I also pruned there, but I do use it as part of the fencing there. And the reason is because there's a huge root there and I couldn't get a piece in there. So I just decided to use the shrub to, in the fence there. And I'm turning slowly. I had a extra Wendy's Wish salvia, so I put it here. So I definitely think I'm going to be putting in some color there. The bumblebees are out early and are busy. I'm walking past it quickly. So those are the things that I got done yesterday evening when I was out. I did put the hummingbird feeder out this morning just a few minutes ago. But yeah, I got all the shrubs trimmed once it cooled off a little bit last night. So I'm happy about that. But now I want to kind of give you an update on the vegetable garden. And update number one, these salvias have just been struggling. And I have planted salvias every year and have never had any issues. So I don't know what's going on, but they're struggling for sure. So maybe I'll put some colorful flowers there or try another salvia. But as we come over here to this first bed, all the marigolds are doing great. The oregano has really showed happiness, and my seeds of dill are coming up back there, as you can see. The mustard greens, what can we say? They are doing absolutely wonderful, with the exception of a weed. Let's get this thing pulled up. So we've got the weed out the way. All right, so they are doing very good. As you can see, there's 5 rows of mustard there. Here, the marigolds that were on clearance, you can see they are really doing good. The seed pods are coming along for the old mustard greens from last season, so I'll be picking that soon. And the plantings that my husband did, he just put way too many seeds in here. But he has some seedlings coming up over here as well. And here, before I go there, you can see that the blueberry bush is really perking up and got a lot of new growth on it. And it's bigger, so it's doing good. We've got the tomato little seedlings that grew from last season's tomatoes, just grew on their own, that were in the other bed that I had the tomatoes in last season. So I dug them up and put them over here, and I have 5 new tomato plants out of it. I had actually several tomato seedlings, and I combined a few of them there. And then here are the ones that I purchased and planted, and I have been picking tomatoes pretty much every day. So I am pleased with that. You can see those are almost ready. I've been picking cucumbers too. These are Parisian cucumbers. They have little spikes on them, as you can see, and they don't grow really big. They're pickle size, and so I've picked a few of those as well. You can see there's some in there and there, so I'm pleased with them, and I have, of course, tasted them, and it's good. I made myself a cucumber salad, a recipe that I got when I was in Barbados many years ago. Oh, wow. Look at this pickle. That is more than a pickle size. Look at that one. So we have to pick that one. And then, of course, okra. And this is called gumbo okra. And you can see that there's some okra on all of this. And I have picked okra too as well. So I have some picking to do today. Again, thank goodness. This blueberry bush over here is doing very good as well. And so are the marigolds that were, again, clearance marigolds. And I told my husband not to put anything here because of the sprinkler head and some cables. And he went ahead and put seedlings back here and didn't tell me. And they're all down inside of the sprinkler head and everything. So, my goodness. Now we have this back bed, which is more weed prone, but we've got the kale. So on this side, I had to think about it. I've got two kinds of kale here. You can kind of see the difference in the leaves. And again, I see a weed there I have to get, but the kale's doing pretty good. The collards are doing pretty good. And I don't know if this row here, which is supposed to be cilantro, is doing good or not. I'm almost tempted to just dig that row up and plant live plants because it's like a combination of weeds and probably seedlings. And also you can see the onions. This one here has some yellowing and that one there has some yellowing, but for the most part they're doing pretty good. And then the blueberry bush, the blueberries are getting bigger, as you can see. They're getting much bigger than they were. They were little bitty tiny buds at first. And the marigolds, again, are doing pretty good. So this bed here has habaneros in it. And you can see there's some growing in here. Right there. And there's a flower bud on this one. So they're coming along. And the green vegetable, this is a green leafy vegetable, and I can't remember what it's called, but I'm trying to get this. Come on, work with me. Let's get you. There we go. It's a green leafy vegetable that grows like a vine. The leaves get big, and obviously that's edible. And then we have more peppers here, but they are bell peppers. And I have picked bell peppers as well already. So you can see these are doing great. So I love it. And I'm glad the tomatoes are coming out because I went to the other day to get tomatoes, Roma tomatoes, and they were out of stock of tomatoes. I was surprised. So to be growing some, I'm very happy. And then these are turnip greens right here, and they're doing great. Some are growing faster than others. One thing I realized is that I started out putting the seeds a little too deep and caught myself. So I feel like the ones that are a little more shallow are growing better than the seeds that are much deeper. But they're doing good. And to thin out the vegetables from this bed over here that my husband had done, he thinned them out and did some rows here. And then he's got seedlings here as well. He watched a video and decided to drop his seedlings through a sifter. And yes, I can see that there's a lot of mushrooms. I'm not going to touch it. You can see there's some mushrooms here. So I feel like this soil must have had mushroom compost or something in it. But yeah, the turnip greens are doing pretty good, and his seedlings are coming up, and the ones he transplanted seem to be thriving. I'm going to be watering everything pretty soon. I wanted to show you before I started watering. And of course, I haven't planted in the pocket beds yet, but we'll get there. And as far as the vegetable garden is concerned, the last thing I do want to point out are the strawberries. I'm still getting strawberries. And again, the strawberries do not make it to the refrigerator or freezer. They pretty much get picked, cleaned, and eaten. And this one is just growing in abundance over here. And you can see there's a strawberry there. I never did replace this one. I need to go to the store and while they're still selling them and replace this one. And I also want strawberries in the smaller pots there as well. So I had to check if there's still anything in my hummingbird feeder. I need to put fresh food there. So guys, that is an update on what I have done and on how the vegetable garden is going. So I think getting a rose or something for this bedroom garden is going to stand out right there in that section, and it will cover up the back part where I had to put gravel because of the drain constantly getting filled up with dirt. I do need to show you that. You can go back and find that video where I was fixing the issue with this drain constantly being covered. So the rock that I pulled up from the courtyard garden that I replaced with the moss rock in that long back bed in the courtyard garden, I used that rock around here because dirt seems like it's kind of falling from there in heavy rains, and there's still a little cover up. Not as bad as it was, but still a little cover up. So hopefully that rock will block that. And then I used some of that rock here as well, because this gets the same issue. And I changed out the rock over here from well, let me first go over here. This whole edge was all of that creamier colored rock that I just showed you. You can see there. So I replaced it with the brown rock instead to kind of make the color blend in a little more with the rock along the edging of the bed and walkway. So kind of in the same color family, so it blends and doesn't stand out as much. And any bigger rock, I just kind of stuck down in there around the rows for right now. And so because I changed out the rock, you can see I've got some gaps there that would need to be filled with the gravel. But this rock here, for those who are new, is because a lot of the houses here don't have gutters. Yes, we need siding. Ignore that. That's a project we're working on. So you see no gutter, so the water just comes down, and it was coming down right here, and it was just bad. So this has really toned down how the water builds up here. And this corner right here really gets hit the most. That's why I made it bigger, because it just comes off the edge of the house up there and just hits right there. So I have a bigger opening there because of that. And it also kind of hits right in here as well. So this gravel is for catching the water and letting it drain more properly. And then finding this drain back here is giving it a place to run to, because you can see I kind of made like a little mini swale, so to speak. You can see I kind of made a little runway for the water to run to the rock. I mean, well, over the rock and down into the drain. So I've really worked to solve a lot of the water issues around the yard, which when close to the house, a lot of it stems from just not having a gutter. But that's all the work that I did. I need to transplant these roses, get them pruned down, see if I can get them healthy and green, because they're struggling from being so close to the, well, they're not struggling. This side is growing really good. That side, not so much, but I can pull all those up, clean that bed out of weeds and get it ready and get it planted. But that's what's going on. I am out early in the morning enjoying the weather before it gets really hot. And you can see Miss Tika, who is always with me, is out enjoying herself as well. So we are really coming along, guys. All right, guys, I have a ton of veggies. Cucumbers, bell peppers, I've got some tomatoes. So anyway, guys, I want to thank you for being out in the garden with me and just enjoying gardening as much as I do and following along. I know the people that watch are big gardeners yourselves. You have to be in order to be watching. So thank you for supporting me and everything, and for loving the things that I do and giving me so much input. I appreciate it all. And I've got food to clean. I'm so excited. But guys, do as I always say, get out and do something you love. There is a hummingbird on the hummingbird feeder near our back door. I love it. I love seeing the birds here. But get out and do something you love. Make a memory so that your days are, each day has one thing in it that makes you smile. So life is not, a compilation of just negative things and sadness and sorrow. You always have something that can make you smile when you look back and look on a specific day. So get out, do something you love, get in your garden, whatever it is, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.